Hey everyone, what is going on? So we are using Caleb Peng's double grass strategy. I'm using his team in this video. And let me tell you guys, my score, my rating, skyrocketed. I was early 2600s. I think I was at 2604. After my battles for today, well, by the time you're watching this yesterday, I shot up to 2718. I went 4-1 in 4 sets, and then I went 3-2 in the last set. So ultimately, I did really well. This team played fantastic. I absolutely loved it. So huge shout out to Caleb Peng. Definitely check the video. Link in the description down below. I cannot recommend it enough. So yeah, I think this team is absolutely fantastic, and I would recommend anybody trying it. Now, I definitely didn't play as well as I could have. I definitely made mistakes, and you'll see that in these battles, in some of these battles, especially early on, because I was getting used to the team, right? So it was taking a little bit of getting used to for me, but after a while, I started playing really well, I think. And not only that, but even though I was making mistakes, I was still winning the games I was making the mistake on. It was just absolutely fantastic. So, and also I didn't run into any counter teams, even though I was expecting to. I don't think I battled anybody with a fire type, and nothing that would really wall the team. But yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. I love it. So as you can see, we swapped into Shift Tree. He's going to swap into Alteria. So this on paper looks like a bad matchup, but because we got an energy advantage, we got 2, maybe 3 snarls off, something like that, it actually favors Shift Tree in a way. Now, I am going to take that Sky Attack. Probably should have shielded that one, but I decided not to shield it. I could have shielded it and got to another foul play and knocked it out with Shift Tree after a couple more snarls or maybe another Leaf Blade. I decided to take it, so that was probably a mistake on my end, but we bring in Skarmory. My thought process was to bring in Skarmory and farm down and be able to knock out that Alteria. That's what I was thinking at the time. Plus, I have another Meganium in the... Not another Meganium, but another flying type. Another grass type, excuse me. So anyway, he will shield that up. He does not want to take any damage with the Zoom L. We do experience a little bit of lag, and he does get off his charge attack, but at the end of the day, that's okay. Skarmory will go down. In comes Meganium. So we do have the second grass type, as you've seen in Caleb's video, and I will go for Frenzy Plant, and we're going to be able to farm down. He actually runs away, though, so realizing I guess he couldn't win that game, totally fine, nothing wrong with that. So for the next matchup, I lead with Skarmory. Of course, we're not going to switch out because this match favors us. So we're going to wait until he switches, and then I'm going to switch into my Shift Tree. And I'm going to go ahead and go for Leaf Blade right now. So Leaf Blade does go off against the Probopass. It doesn't really do a lot. It does okay. I mean, it's okay for the amount of energy we get as fast as we get it. You know, it's not actually bad. So I'm going to go ahead and want to block up that attack from Probopass and go for the Leaf Blade right now. And we're trying to get to another one. We do. And I'm going to go for another Leaf Blade right now. You can see how fast Shift Tree is. And I guess he blocked that. No shield animation came up, but I guess it was blocked. As you can see, it was. So I'm going to allow my Shift Tree to go down and bring in Skarmory. Because he's out of shields, we can safely go for that Flash Cannon. I wasn't expecting this to knock it out. It actually does. It is neutral. In comes Skarmory. Not Skarmory, Alteria. And of course, we're not going to switch into Meganium. So I am going to go ahead and shield this. It will be a Sky Attack. I want to keep my Skarmory alive because I do not want my Meganium to meet that Alteria. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for Sky Attacks, trying to get to another one. We do get to it, which is good for us. So even if Skarmory goes down now, which it doesn't, we are going to be able to have the Meganium, but we switch into Meganium immediately to fight this Clefable. So we're going to be able to take that one despite my opponent. Actually, he did have a water type, didn't he? I'm trying to think. I think he had an Azumarill that game, but you know, I've faced people who don't have water types, and that could be a little bit more tricky, but it's not that bad. So anyway, I'm going to switch into my Shift Tree. He's going to actually pull the switch into Azumarill, or she is, excuse me. And this, well, that was actually a bit of a surprise. Maybe she just panic switched, I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this one up. Going to be that Ice Beam. And we do have another Leaf Blade ready to go. Totally fine with us. She could have stayed in with Registeel, but I guess she thought she had to switch because I switched. I do that too. I've definitely done that. So I'm going to go ahead and go for my Leaf Blade that will knock out the Azumarill. And in comes that Registeel. So I could shield this one up and go for Foul Play, but I decided to let it go down. We do have the Meganium. I do bring in Meganium. Of course, we have the Earthquake. So I think I don't bluff because I'm thinking she'll probably think I'm going to bluff. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this one up. So I do shield that Flash Cannon, and she actually switches. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the switch. I need that Earthquake for Registeel because I know Skarmory not going to be able to do much to a Registeel. So Shadow Ball hits us, does a load of damage. We cannot get to a charge attack. I do go for the Frenzy Plant. I was hoping this would be enough, but the shield comes up. That's right, she has a shield. Going for another Frenzy Plant, and that is definitely going to knock out the Haunter. In comes the Registeel. All we have to do is get to the Earthquake. She does get off a Flash Cannon, but I knew my Meganium could survive because Meganium is bulky. So we actually survive and get off that Earthquake. Now, this is actually not going to knock out the Registeel, but a couple more Vinerips, and we're going to be able to take that game. So despite the Registeel, Registeel, not the greatest matchup for us, but Shiftry with Foul Plays and an energy advantage actually doesn't do bad against it, and obviously Meganium has the Earthquake, so we're going to go ahead and switch after he switches into Deoxys. We do have the Shiftry. Now, that Deoxys, of course, has counter, so not the greatest matchup. I'm just going to go straight Leaf Blades against this Deoxys because I know they know I have Foul Play, so most players are probably going to shield it anyway, and even if they don't, Leaf Blade still does a lot of damage. This time, since I already took a shield, we're going to go Foul Play, and the Foul Play actually will be shielded, but I'm okay. I do go for Leaf Blade. I wonder if I could have gotten to a Foul Play. I probably could have, so maybe, I don't know. I was afraid I couldn't, so that's why I decided to go. So that could have been a mistake. But anyway, I bring in Meganium, and we're going to eat this Rock Slide. We could take it. Just charging up energy, trying to feint Deoxys as we do. So we have a loaded Meganium ready to go. Let's see what decides to come in. It will be Venusaur, so I'm going to go ahead and go straight for that Earthquake. Doing a lot of damage, not enough to take it out. We both actually switch at the same time, and this is actually not a good matchup for me, of course. So Focus Blast is going to hit us, and I'm going to go for this Flash Cannon. Instead of using the Earthquake against Venusaur, I probably should have switched immediately and saved my Earthquake, so probably another mistake, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go for Sky Attack. I'm not sure what is better to go against the Registeel, Sky Attack or Flash Cannon. Honestly, I don't know. I'm thinking, I don't know, guys. Probably the Sky Attack just to get those off. So anyway, I bring in my Meganium, and I do go ahead and go for the Frenzy Plant. I undercharged it deliberately because I was going to try and farm it down to maybe be able to get off a Frenzy Plant before the Venusaur can, but Venusaur is probably already loaded. We're going to lose that one. Again, a couple mistakes. So that said, I do go 4-1. So for the next matchup, we definitely catch the lead. Her Altaria versus my Skarmory, so that is really good for us. So she's going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack. Skarmory does win this matchup. It can lose it if they decide to shield. I'm going to go ahead and go for my Sky Attack. Now, the thing about my Skarmory is it does not have great PvP IVs. In fact, they're not good at all. This was the very first Skarmory I ever invested in back in the original Boulder Cup. And, I think it was the very first Pokemon I ever invested in, period. So, it doesn't have good PvP IVs. I do have a better Skarmory I should invest in. It's ranked 37, but I didn't yet. But either way, gonna go for the Leaf Blade just to knock out the Altaria. We did lose Switch Advantage. That's okay because we are up a shield. So, out comes the Meganium. We're just gonna go straight Foul Plays, neutral damage, hard-hitting attack, right? So Foul Play comes out. We just need one more. He does go for a charge attack. I will shield this up. I do want to get to that Foul Play. Let's see if I decide to bluff. I do, it looks like. I do go for the Leaf Blade, trying to bluff the Foul Play, hoping to catch a shield. We do get it. We do get a shield. And we got to the Frenzy Plant. I'm not sure if I clicked on it, though. Let's find out. No, it looks like Registeel's going to come in. And I'm okay with that because we probably have 2 Foul Plays ready to go, right? We do. So back-to-back Foul Plays, totally okay with that. We're going to go for 2. And can we actually get to another one? I don't think so. We cannot. So Shiftry is going to go down, but we did a lot of damage to that Registeel. Out comes my Meganium. We're going to be hit with a Flash Cannon. Okay, we're going to be able to tank this because Meganium is such a beast. Charging up energy. And now I do hit the Frenzy Plant. I was not going to risk farming down. I knew I couldn't. So Registeel goes down. In comes the Meganium. And we have another Frenzy Plant ready to go. Going to knock out that Meganium. And we are going to go ahead and take this. So, yeah, what what team is going to be strong against this team? Well, obviously fire types, because every type we have, 2 grass and a Skarmory, which is a steel type, all are going to be weak to fire. So I know PokeAK has been using Shadow Mawile with Fire Fang. Definitely a solid option. Not just to counter this team, but it's a good team. It's good in general, right? So that's definitely going to be one way that you could beat this team. Another thing is not really having any water types, which I faced a couple people that didn't run any water Pokemon, which is totally fine. So that is a little bit annoying for this team to deal with, just because if they have water Pokemon, it's going to be a lot easier, like Whiscash, right? So, yeah, I've noticed that. But who knows, maybe other teams will come out and we'll be able to see. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. And I'm just trying to reach rank 10. So I wanted to try it out. Looked solid. Loving the team. So thank you, Caleb. I really do appreciate it. I know it wasn't just for me, but definitely show him some love by subscribing and checking out that video. It's absolutely fantastic. So it looked like he tried to catch the foul play with a Zoomel. So nice play, but we're actually going to go for that Leaf Blade. So we do get a Leaf Blade off. It doesn't really, it does okay damage. But the fact that he went for Play Rough tells me he does not have Ice Beam, so he's actually going to go ahead and forfeit that match. Totally fine. So we're going to jump into another game, My Skarmory versus Meganium. This is a beautiful situation for us. We know the switch is coming. And let's see, I'm going to blind switch. I probably shouldn't have blind switched there just because he switched into his flyer, like Altaria or Skarmory. We would have Shift Tree against their flyer, which is not the greatest situation when you can avoid it, right? But again, foul plays are doing a lot of damage anyway, so. But I will go for Leaf Blades, just adding up damage against this Probopass. He's going to go ahead and go for a Charge Attack. Going to be that Rock Slide. We're able to take it. Going to go for my Leaf Blade just to get off damage against this Probopass. Trying to knock it out. That will be shielded. Totally fine. We're going to be met with an attack, but I will shield this one up. Now, this is a Spark variant of Probopass, so it does charge up faster than the Rock Throw. Rock Throw is doing more damage to Shift Tree. We do knock out the Probopass, shields it completely down. Toxicroak knocks us out, so we're going to bring in Skarmory and immediately click on that Sky Attack to try and knock out this Toxicroak, and it will. It will knock it out. Out comes Meganium. Amazing, right? We do resist both of its charge moves. Earthquake, not really going to do much, so we're just going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack, and this is going to knock out Meganium. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. I love Caleb's team. I can't credit him enough, guys. But for the next match, it's my opponent's Victreebel versus my Skarmory. Another great situation. I blind switch into Shift Tree. Now, this is actually not a great matchup for us because, first of all, we're taking a lot of damage from that fast move. Second of all, Bastiodon is so bulky, it's actually able to take these Leaf Blades relatively well. But he does go ahead and shield that. Maybe he thought it would do more than it does. It really doesn't do that much. It's okay. I mean, that's okay. It's not great because Bastiodon is an absolute wall. But Leaf Blade is coming out. Another shield. So that is awesome. So right now, I don't care if I lose switch advantage because we did a lot of damage to the Bastiodon and took both shields. So out comes my Meganium, in comes his Victreebel, out comes my Skarmory, going to charge up extra, trying to farm down, I believe. Yeah, I might as well because we resist all of Victreebel's attacks. So it's actually going to be an Acid Spray, totally fine. Lower in our defense. Actually, that Whiscash comes out, and that's amazing for us because we do have that Meganium. So we'll just go for Sky Attacks. I don't think I even need Meganium. Let's find out. Maybe he might. Let's see what happens. It looks like he will get off an attack. This one's going to be a Mud Bomb. It is a Mud Bomb, able to take it, and I actually do bring in Meganium. We didn't need it, but I might as well. Out comes that Bastiodon, and we do go for the Frenzy Plant to knock out the Bastiodon, and we do go ahead and take that game. So really well played. So I'm going to jump into my next opponent. This opponent is actually on my Discord, so thank you so much for being a part of the PvP community, my community. I really do appreciate it. So we're going to go ahead and go for Leaf Blade. It's an opposing Shift Tree. I don't know who wins this one. I do lose one in this second set. This might be the one I lose. We're going to be hit with a Leaf Blade. I am going to go ahead and go for the Leaf Blade myself. And that will not be enough. He'll be able to get off Leaf Blade. I just let Shift Tree go down. So Shift Tree does fall. Actually, it didn't fall, but another Snarl would feint it. But Skarmory comes in and cleans up. So let's see what he decides. Now, remember, he did win switch advantage. In comes Registeel. Definitely not good for us. We switch, he switches. So Deoxys against the Meganium. Definitely not a good situation for us. I am going to go ahead and shield that one up and go for my Frenzy Plant. that will be shielded. So at least we got a shield. This is not really a great situation for us. Playing really well. They're playing really well. So we're going to go for the Frenzy Plant right now. And we're going to take this attack. Probably going to be that Rock Slide. Absolutely. So I think I just try and... No, I go ahead and go for the Frenzy Plant. Okay. So we do go for the Frenzy Plant. And that's not going to be enough because he will shield it. And unfortunately, I was clicking on Sky Attack, but he might have been a CMP type. Actually, no, I guess I didn't go for it. So I go for the Flash Cannon, and that will do a decent amount to Registeel, but it's nothing crazy. It looks like we're going to be taking an L this game. Totally fine. Flash Cannon comes out and knocks us out, and in comes Meganium, but there's nothing we can do. I am going to go ahead and shield it. So I do shield that attack, and we're trying to get to the Earthquake. We do get to it, so we're going to be able to knock out this Registeel. And we do knock out the Registeel. Out comes Deoxys, and look how close that was. We almost made it, but they're going to go ahead and beat me. And that's fine. Good game. Thanks for being a part of the Discord. If you want to be a part of my Discord, link in the description down below. So next up is a Skarmory mirror match. This might be a complete mirror match. I know I played somebody who was running the same exact team as I was, Caleb's team. So this might actually be that mirror match. We'll find out. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack. And this is just Skarmory vs. Skarmory. We've all seen this before, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go for my Sky Attack. We know what's going on. We're going to take another one. And let's see. As you can see, my Skarmory does not have great PvP IVs. On the flip side, at least I'm able to win a lot of CMPs. Pretty much all the CMPs because it has really good attack. I think it has perfect attack. I know it's not good, but we're trying to get to another one. Can we get to it before we faint? We can. So are we going to knock out the Skarmory or are we going to take that last shield? Looks like we're going to knock out the Skarmory. Totally fine. In comes Shiftry, so I do think this is the mirror match. So I'm going to bring out a Shiftry of my own. Now the bad thing is he's actually up on energy with that Shiftry. So we do have to be careful. The shield will come out. I'm going to go ahead and take this Leaf Blade, but he probably... Actually, it's a Foul Play. What's better to go for, Leaf Blade or Foul Play against an opposing Shiftry? I want to say Leaf Blade, so I've been going for Leaf Blade. I think it's more energy efficient. I didn't really look it up though. But I'm going to go ahead and go for Leaf Blade, and it looks like he's going to be able to farm me down. Not good for us. We still have a shield. So let's see what I decide to do. He is going to go ahead and go for a Charge Attack. So I will let this go through. It is going to be a Leaf Blade, so we did call that one correctly. And he has the mirror match. Out comes that Meganium. I do go ahead and let this one go through. I was playing a little bit risky, I know. I'm going to go ahead and go for Earthquake. Frenzy Plant's probably the way to go, but I didn't see much hope in this game. He does get off a Charge Attack. I will shield this one up. So that's fine. It's going to be a Frenzy Plant, of course. We're going to go for a Frenzy Plant, trying to knock out this Meganium. And one more Vine Whip, and then in comes a Shiftry, but that Shiftry has energy, so he's actually going to be able to beat me. So very close game, another very close game. You could see the games I lose, it's still very close, right? Most of them. So let's jump into another one. This is a relatively long video. I think it's close to 40 minutes. So I lead with Skarmory versus Swampert, switching to Shiftry. They bring in Skarmory, but you're going to see that is okay because we had a little bit of an energy advantage. So that is basically going to force them to use a shield. I am going to go ahead and shield this one myself, but we're going to be able to get to a Foul Play. I did charge up a little bit of extra energy. So we do get to the Foul Play. That will be shielded. We can't get to another one, but we still took a shield. They took a shield as well, but you know, you take some, you lose some. So out comes that Sky Attack, totally fine. I am going to go ahead and go for a Sky Attack of my own. I don't hit all the bubbles, that's fine. Out comes Swampert. I'm going to switch into my Meganium. We do switch it correctly in order to catch the Hydro Cannon. I knew that was going to be a Hydro Cannon. I know this is going to be another Hydro Cannon. Now, even though we resist it, it still adds up, right? We're actually going to have to shield the next one if I don't get this Frenzy Plant off, and that Frenzy Plant will be shielded. So if I want my Meganium to survive, I am going to have to shield it. So I do go ahead and shield it, and we faint down with Vine Whip. So in comes Skarmory, not going to click on the attack, and now in the Zoom L. So two things weak to grass. So we're going to go for Frenzy Plant, trying to get to another one. We do get to it before he gets to an Ice Beam, and we're going to go for Frenzy Plant and knock out the Azumel, take that game. So really well played to my opponent. That was a fantastic game. I really enjoyed it. So for the next matchup, I lead with Skarmory versus Deoxys. Not really great for us because we know Deoxys carries Thunderbolt, so I'm going to go ahead and switch. And he's not going to switch out, which I think is the correct decision probably, because we're going to be weak to counter, right? So I'm going to go for Leaf Blade, trying to pick up a shield, and he will shield it, so totally good for us. And I'm going to go ahead and go for another Leaf Blade, hoping to bluff a second time, but he does not shield that. That's fine. So we get to another Leaf Blade. You can see how fast Shift Tree is. That one will be shielded. So we do take both of his shields, but he did win switch advantage. But at least we took both shields. So I bring in my Meganium. I know this is going to be Rock Slide or Thunderbolt, but probably Rock Slide as it is. So I'm going to switch immediately into my Skarmory. I wanted to take the hit with Meganium and then bring in Skarmory, so I couldn't get to another Thunderbolt, and then I could try and farm down Deoxys. But we're going to be hit with a bunch of attacks. Foul play after foul play after foul play. Going to go for the Flash Cannon. Probably should have went for Sky Attack again, but it's okay. We're trying to get to a Sky Attack. Not quite able to get there. We're going to let this Skarmory go down. So I bring in my Meganium, and I do get to a Frenzy Plant. I don't want it to get to another Foul Play, so I am going to go for Frenzy Plant immediately. Out comes that Deoxys. I have to shield this up. I mean, we could have taken it, but then the counter damage would have done a lot. So I'm trying to farm down the Deoxys. He switches into Whiscash. I'm like, yes, he has Whiscash in the back. Frenzy Plant knocks it out. We feint Deoxys, and we take that game. Guys, I thought I was going to lose that game, but we're actually able to take it. So great for us. So we're going to lead with Skarmory. He switches. I blind switch into Shift Tree. Perfect scenario for us. Going to go for these Leaf Blades. He'll let it go down, which I do think is the correct decision, because really not in a good situation with that Whiscash. Why protect it when I'm just going to get off another Leaf Blade before he can get off Blizzard, right? So that will be shielded, that Leaf Blade. Again, it doesn't really do a lot of damage, though. So I'm going to go ahead and go for another Leaf Blade. And we're trying to get to another one. We do. Wow, we can just keep on getting to energy after energy after energy. Look how much damage that Bastiodon took. He does successfully farm us down, and I know that Flamethrower is going to be coming, so I do have to watch out. But I also know we could take it, although he actually uses Stone Edge instead. Totally fine. He does get off a charge attack now, so I am going to go ahead and shield this. It will be that Flamethrower. So I do go ahead and get to the Frenzy Plant, and I do go for it. That will be shielded. So that's fantastic. We're going to go ahead and get to another one. I could have tried to farm him down, but I wanted to knock him out before he could get to another one. But anyway, I know I had my Skarmory in the back against that Shadow Victreebel, so I just immediately switched and knocked out Victreebel and were able to win that one. So it was really well played as well. So let's jump into another one, Skarmory versus Skarmory. So again, could possibly be a mirror match. It's not, because I know I only faced one identical mirror match. But anyway, he has a shiny Skarmory, one of which I don't even have yet. I really want one. But I'm just going to go for Sky Attacks. Just want to get off damage against the opposing Skarmory. Going to go for another one. We do get to it. As you can see, we're winning these CMP ties because we don't have good IVs on the Skarmory. But at least we can win the CMP tie, right? So attack's going to come out totally fine. We're trying to get to another one. We're going to be able to get to it, and let's see, does he decide to shield this one? Going to be risky if he doesn't. He does shield it. He would have lived that, I think, but he would have been probably 1 HP if he did live it. So I go ahead and shield because I thought I'd be able to get to another Sky Attack, and we are successfully able to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack. He will allow it to go down. In comes Victreebel, so he did knock out my Skarmory, my counter to Shadow Victreebel. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in Shift Tree. And we're going to just go for these foul plays. This is a Shadow Victreebel, so it's going to do a lot of damage, but he will shield it up. I did lag a little bit, so he got a couple of extra Razor Leafs in, but it's okay. We're going to go for foul play, and that will be enough to knock out Shadow Victreebel. I switch immediately without knowing what's in the back. We catch a water Pokemon, so that is absolutely beautiful. Going to go for that Frenzy Plant. Going to do a lot. We still have a shield. We could shield this Ice Beam and just farm down with Vine Whip. So that's exactly what I do. I do go ahead and shield. And actually, I go for the Frenzy Plant. I'm just going to let this one go because we're going to be able to knock him out. So really good game. Really good game. As I said, this is a relatively long video. I think it's about 35 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. So we do catch a positive lead, but Altaria can still win this matchup. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack. And I'm expecting him to just allow it. Totally fine. We're going to take this Sky Attack. So the damage is close, right? We're going to try and get to another one. We can get to it. We can get to it. So will he shield this one, or will he be okay with Altaria going down? He does shield it. I am going to go ahead and shield this myself because I was pretty sure I could get to another Sky Attack and possibly knock out the Altaria. Can I? We actually faint. If I had better IVs, I probably could have, although I was not tapping on the Sky Attack, so that was my fault, probably should have been, but it's okay because we do go ahead and bring in Shiftry and knock him out. Out comes that Skunk Tank. This is terrible for us. Even if we won that match, Skarmory would have went down anyway, and he would have had a field day with that Skunk Tank, so I don't think it ultimately mattered, but it's okay. So he's going to feint us with Crunch, and out comes my Meganium, and we're just taking loads of damage from that Poison Jab, and he will get off a Charge Attack, going to be a Sludge Bomb. Not going to knock me out, but then he could just feint me, so he definitely dominated me. That was not a close matchup. He definitely got me there, so good game. So next matchup is a Skarmory versus in Altaria. So let's see if the same situation applies or the same scenario. I'm going to go ahead and go for my Sky Attack. That will be shielded. Now he is going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack, or she, and then she'll switch into a Zoomel. I do switch into my Shiftry. Meganium would have been the better switch, I believe. But it's okay. It is what it is. I think that was a blind switch, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and shield this Ice Beam because we cannot take an Ice Beam. And I am going to go ahead and go for my Leaf Blade right now. And that will knock out the Azumel. She'll allow it to go down. Out comes Whiscash. I'm like, yes! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Azumel and Whiscash, super common. Gonna bring out that Altaria, and she'll just run from the game. So really good game, and well played to my opponent. So let's go ahead and jump into the next game. Let's see how this one goes. Let me know if you're liking these battles, guys. I do lead with Skarmory versus Registeel. Not good for us, so if it's not good, we're just going to bail into my Shiftry. She's going to bail too into Altaria. So again, ideally, this is not a good situation. But because we have an energy advantage, we could just get off back-to-back foul plays, almost back-to-back. And she's going to shield it. She has to shield it, right? So I'm actually going to allow Shiftry to go down. Again, could have shielded it, but I let it go down because I knew I'd be able to farm up some energy, or at least try to knock out this Skarmory, or this Altaria, excuse me, with my Skarmory. So she will get off a Charge Attack, going to be that Sky Attack, of course. And then we can feint it. Now we do have Skarmory, in comes that Registeel. Definitely not a great situation for us. I am going to go ahead and take that Flash Cannon, and then I'm going to switch into my Meganium. That Meganium will go for a Charge Attack. I am going to go ahead and shield it. It's going to be a Flash Cannon. She is not switching. That tells me that she might possibly have something weak to Meganium in the back. We're going to go ahead and go for the Earthquake. I thought she would think that I was bluffing. That's why I didn't go for the bluff. Or at least I was hoping she would think that. And that looks like that's exactly what she thought. So out comes that Azumel, and oh my gosh, guys, yes, Frenzy Plant all the way, another Frenzy Plant. Of course, she's going to have to shield this or she's going to lose, and she will shield it. And I was trying to catch the Ice Beam with the Pokemon I had in the back. I wasn't able to do so, but we still survive, and we're still able to get to a Frenzy Plant, so we still win that one. But wow, really well played, and we won that one, so fantastic. I'm loving this team. Definitely go check out Caleb's video, guys. You will not regret it. You probably already have, but if you didn't, definitely check it out. So this is favorable for us. Again, Shiftry can fight Skarmory and Altaria, but when it has an energy advantage, out comes Skarmory, and luckily I did not blind switch because I don't want to go into my Shiftry. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack. And we actually have another Sky Attack ready to go. So I do get to it, and I go for it. And he's going to go ahead and go for a Charge Attack of his own. So I will shield this one up because I want to get to another Sky Attack. He actually has another one. I didn't realize he farmed up that much energy, so I'm just going to commit my shields and go for the Sky Attack. Now, he'll probably shield this and try and feint me down or something. He does shield it. Totally fine. He actually switches into a Alolan Raichu, and it deletes me before I was able to even switch. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Meganium. And we do get to a Charge Attack, but I wasn't able to go for it. And it's going to be Thunder Punch. I brought in Meganium because I knew I could take it better than Shiftry could. So another Thunder Punch going. That adds up over time, right? So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Frenzy Plant. He does not shield it. I wasn't sure if he would. I'm going to go ahead and go for my Frenzy Plant right now. Trying to knock out the Skarmory. Unfortunately, he does shield it and get to a Charge Attack. So Meganium goes down, and I am going to bring in my Shiftry, trying to get to a Leaf Blade. I'm just hoping. Please, please, please have Wish Cash or Swamp It in the back, and then we should be able to win this. Oh yeah, it's a Shift Tree. Never mind. Never mind. I knew what it was. That's right. I forgot. So Foul Play comes out. I am going to go ahead and go for my Leaf Blade. And it does not knock him out. Can I get to another one? Can I? We actually faint him before we could see. He must have just gotten there. So we actually win that one. Very good game. I can't believe I won that game. I thought I was going to lose. So Swamp It versus my Skarmory. So I'm going to bail. And of course he's going to bail. He probably obviously thinks this is my only grass type. Unless if he's seen Caleb's video. And he probably has, to be honest. So he might know I have Meganium in the back. But I'm going to go ahead and shield this one. Going to be a Sky Attack. And we do get to a Foul Play. So I'm expecting the shield at this point. Let's see if he does. He does shield it. Totally fine. Now we're trying to get to another Foul Play before we go down. Unfortunately, I clicked on an extra Snarl before I was able to get to it. So we possibly could have gotten it off before he got off that Sky Attack, but that's okay. Out comes Deoxys and immediately gets rid of us. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Skarmory. Definitely not a great situation. I switched just in time to catch the Thunderbolt. So he did use Thunderbolt on my Meganium. So that's good for us. But we're still not in a great situation. Let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Frenzy Plant, and that will be shielded. He's doing a lot of damage with that counter, guys. He really is. So Rock Slide comes out. I do get to a Frenzy Plant. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Frenzy Plant right now. That's not going to knock out the Deoxys. I was hoping to feint him before he got to another Charge Attack, but we're not able to. And out comes the Rock Slide. Totally fine. We bring in Skarmory. He brings in Swamp It and goes for that Hydro Cannon. Yeah, we're not winning this one. Not at all. We do get to a Sky Attack, but we're still not winning this game. So Sky Attack goes off. We cannot get to another one before he's able to get to a Hydro Cannon, so he's going to be able to take it. But that was a really good game as well. So we're going to jump into another one in just a moment. Okay, we found my next opponent. Skarmory versus Medicham, so I'll definitely take this situation. Of course, he could have Dynamic Punch, Power Up Punch, which is going to be neutral to us. He switches, and when I saw that Skarmory, I'm like, nope. I'm staying in. So I go for the Sky Attack. Just to add up on damage, he's going to go ahead and go for a Charge Attack. Going to be a Sky Attack. Yeah, I just want to get this Skarmory as low as possible. Of course, I'm not expecting to win because he did a lot of damage with Medicham. But, yeah, let's see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and shield this one. Just want to get damage off on that Skarmory, guys. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Sky Attack. I do not want Skarmory to get off a Sky Attack against my grass attackers. And we're trying to feint him. We do actually feint him, although he is up a shield, so we do have to watch out for that. And we also have to watch out for Medicham. So, he does have a Zoomel. Going to bring in my Shift Tree, and we actually do get to the Leaf Blade before he switches out. I was thinking he would probably switch, and he's going to switch right now. I tried switching. I guess he clicked on the attack before I was able to get out. Totally fine. Dynamic Punch. I am going to go ahead and go for the Leaf Blade, hoping to pick up a shield. Maybe he'll think it's Foul Play. I guess he did. No shields. Shift Tree is going down. So Ice Punch will knock us out, and we bring in Meganium, and before I can get to the... Actually, we do get to the Frenzy Plant, excuse me. So I do get to the Frenzy Plant. It does knock out that Medicham. Out comes a Zoomel, and you would think this is a good situation for us, but we're out of shields, and a Frenzy Plant is not going to be enough to knock out the Azumarill. So he's actually going to be able to pick up this win, but it's really close. Look at that. We're trying to farm him down with Vine Whip. Not able to do it before he gets to an Ice Beam, and he's going to knock us out. So really good game, but we're going to take that loss. That's totally cool. So let's jump into the next one. Skarmory versus Toxicroak. Amazing situation for us, of course. I was expecting him to switch. He's deciding to stay in and go for a Charge Attack. So obviously I'm staying in, and I'll be able to take these Mud Bombs. And we go for the Sky Attack. I didn't want him to get to another Mud Bomb. I could have farmed him down, but it's okay. I'm going to go ahead and go for that Sky Attack to knock him out. He brings in a Zoomel, and I am going to switch into my Shift Tree, and we do get to that Leaf Blade, so we're going to go ahead and go for Leaf Blade right now. That will be shielded. He does get to a Charge Attack. I will shield it up. I'm just going to match shields with him right now. So I guess he doesn't have Ice Beam. He is going to switch into Altaria, so I am going to go ahead and go for my Foul Play right now against this Altaria, just to add up. He will go for a Sky Attack. Do I invest my last shield? I do not. So we're going to lose Shift Tree, but we have that Skarmory with energy, and we go for the Sky Attack. It's not going to be enough. He will take it totally fine. I do not want that Altaria against my Meganium, so he's going to bring in his Azumel. I'm trying to pick up the last shield with Sky Attack. We do get it, and then I'm able to switch into my Meganium. So unlike last game, we're actually going to be able to win this one because we still have a shield. He doesn't even have Ice Beam, and we're going to be able to get to Frenzy Plants. But he just backs out, so that was a good game. So let's jump into my next opponent, my next match. Skarmory versus Skarmory. So this is another mirror match. Not the whole team, just Skarmory. So let's see. He will get to his Sky Attack first. I wasn't even clicking on it, so it wasn't a CMP tie. So I'm just going to farm up a couple extra and go for the Sky Attack. So we do get to that Sky Attack right now. And we're trying to get to another one. We do get to it. So I am going to go for it right now. Let's see. He does decide to go for a charge attack. I'm just going to allow this. No reason to shield at this point in time. And we do get to another Sky Attack. That Sky Attack, will it be shielded? It will not be. So we actually feint him. He brings in Clefable. And unfortunately just couldn't get to a charge attack. So of course I can't bring in Shiftry. So I bring in Meganium. And we do get to a Frenzy Plant. So Skarmory would have been fantastic against Clefable, but it was so weak. Totally fine. We're going to go ahead and shield this. I want to get to another Frenzy Plant. Wasn't sure if he would shield the last Frenzy Plant. I do get to it. I didn't think I could get to another one, so I am going to go ahead and go for it. And then I knew I couldn't get to another one. I switch. He blind switches into Wish Cash. Yes. Now, I should have farmed up more energy. That was a huge mistake because that Clefable, in theory, could have farmed me down. But we're able to get to another Leaf Blade and knock it out. And we take that game. So we're going to jump into one more game. I do lead with Skarmory against Swampert, so I'm going to switch out immediately into Shiftry. And expecting the switch, of course she's going to switch into that shiny Skarmory. Totally fine, because we do have an energy advantage. And we're going to get to another foul play. And this foul play is going to do a decent amount of damage. She actually takes it and gets to a charge attack. I do shield it because I thought I could feint her with Snarls, as I do. So we do have energy on Shiftry, and we did win that lead. I think I'm just clicking on Leaf Blade. I do click on Leaf Blade. She's going to go ahead and go for a Azumel. Probably shielding, of course. But that's fine because we still have Meganium, right? So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Skarmory. I don't want to reveal my Meganium just yet. She's going to go ahead and go for an Ice Beam. Totally fine. I do go for the Sky Attack. I'm okay with this matchup. And she's going to go ahead and take it. And she switches out. I switch out immediately to catch the Hydro Cannon because I wanted my Meganium against the Swampert. That's why I didn't bring it in as well against the Azumarill. And another Hydro Cannon comes my way. We're just trying to farm down at this point. I'm going to have to shield this Hydro Cannon as I do. And I don't want to be knocked out, so we do go ahead and feint it, and we go for the Frenzy Plant against the Azumarill, totally expecting the shield, and she does shield, and she does get to a charge attack. We have no shield, so we're going to have to allow this, obviously. Going to knock us out, but we can get to a Flash Cannon before we go down, and we're going to be able to take this game. And as I said, my rating now is over 2,700, 2718 after today's game, or yesterday's games. And that's going to be it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye. Thank you so much for checking out my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, check out one of my other videos that you'll probably enjoy.